You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, companion podcast to PillagingJustForFun.com. That's PJ4F.com, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in to leave a message to be played on air. This episode brought to you by Creative Media Design Studio. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler, and I'm joined today by Che and Raider Cain. Boys, we are live right now, live at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum. Say what's up.
What's up, Raider Nation? We out here in the A-Lot, the fourth row. We're doing the damn thing. It's beautiful out here, man. The Raider fans are doing the damn thing out here. How you living, Cain?
I made it, baby.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm ready to do this.
It was an adventure today. We got our spot. We're all set up. Everything's going. What we want to do with this show today is kind of bring you the tailgate experience. We want charcoal to be coming out of your headphones.
Oh, yeah.
By the time this is over.
Yeah.
You see, all of this weekend's games have happened. By the time you hear this show, this Raider game,
yep,
Raiders versus Rams Monday Night Football primetime game will have already taken place. And so we want to focus on the experience that you're missing out on and bring that to you.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope our listeners are cool with that. I hope all of our pillagers are cool with that. As you can hear, we got some ambient noise out here. It's not the clearest sound, but just so you know, we out here.
This is real. This is real out here.
This is real. Now, guys,
we're here in full effect, baby.
In full effect. We got a great show for you this week. After this tailgate segment right here, we got an interview coming up with Scott Bair from NBC Bay Area, Raiders Insider. He's going to be on the show, so stay tuned for that. And then we'll have your calls. And when we come back at the end of the show, it's going to be our immediate post-game reaction. That's right. We're going to pack up. We're going to shoot back to the crow's nest.
Yep.
And we're going to film live for you our immediate post-game reaction. Hopefully, there's smiles on our faces.
And it don't stop.
It don't stop.
And it don't stop.
So a lot of action around the league this week. We'll get to some of that during our new segment, Let's Keep It Real. Also, I wanted to remind everybody or let everybody know Crown Publishing sent me. They were kind enough to send me an advanced copy of Gridiron Genius by Michael Lombardi. I know some of y'all have mixed feelings about that, but it's, it's an incredible book, and we're excited to have them on the show. Crown went the extra mile. They sent over 4 additional copies for us to give away. We'll begin those giveaways next week. It's a really good look into the minds of Al Davis, Bill Walsh, and Bill Belichick. Would you read a book about that?
Absolutely. I'm down with Mike Lombardi, man. You know what I'm saying? He built the Super Bowl team that we saw lose to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Basically.
It's true.
Basically, the man's seen a lot of football. Is that fair enough to say?
Yes. And by all that stuff that he's seen, you would assume that he had to write a good book, right? He has to know what he's talking about, man.
So we've already given you guys the keys to tonight's game, and we kind of did that lightweight last episode. Again, by the time you hear this, that game will have already happened. So we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of the action around the league in a brand new segment that we have called Let's Keep It Real. And Cain, it was your idea for this segment, and we're going to get into that right now. You guys ready for that or what?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, baby. Let's do it.
All right.
I keep it up.
Cain, you had something you wanted to talk about this week specifically for this segment. I want you to rip into it right now. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real up in the field.
We about
to
keep it real. Let's keep it real, baby. Look.
The man of the hour.
Khalil Mack was traded. Yes, he's the best defensive player in the NFL. And we traded him to the Chicago Bears. But let's keep it real.
Facts.
He was only good for one half of the game, right?
Yep.
Because in the second half, he disappeared. So let's keep it real. Was Khalil Mack worth $90 million guaranteed?
To some degree, you can say he is because of his skill set. But as far as his impact in the win-loss column, I would say no. And at the end of the day, it's about winning a Super Bowl.
That's right.
Absolutely. So let's sacrifice everything to win nothing.
Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real.
I keep it up.
Che, I know you got a little something you want to get off.
I do.
Your chest.
I do got a little something I want to get off my chest.
Let's talk about it.
Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real.
And we keeping it real.
Let's keep it real about these San Angeles chokers. All right?
Did you just really tie that up like that?
Yes, I did. Let's keep it real about these San Angeles chokers, bro.
Got my head wide open.
What? Everybody talking about the Chargers about to take this division, right? Everybody talking about these Chargers being Super Bowl contenders. But I don't know about you. I didn't see that the other night. I didn't see that on Sunday.
I didn't see a team that was ready for week one. I didn't see any lightning bolts at all.
I saw a team that we see in the beginning of the season every year. San Diego is notoriously a team that starts off slow. So we saw what we normally see every year.
And it's always notoriously a team that falls short.
They did keep a streak alive, though. You got to applaud them for keeping a streak
They
alive.
did. They
Tell them
did.
about the streak
They did.
that they got going on right now.
Don't quote me because I don't have
No
I don't have no
fact
facts.
checking.
I don't have no facts in front of me right now, but I know for a fact that they haven't scored a touchdown in some time. It goes into the last season in the first quarter, and guess what they did on Sunday night? They kicked 2 field goals. They kick a couple field goals. They kick a field goal in the first quarter. They kick a field goal in the second quarter. Is this shocking to you? It's not shocking to me. And this is the supposed team that's supposed to win this division. Is miles ahead of the Raiders, according to everybody else that wants to talk football, except us.
Let's keep it
Except
real.
us.
If we're supposed to be competing with them and we show up looking like them tonight, I'm going to be a sad man at about 10 o'clock tonight.
This is true.
Hey, listen,
is
if
true.
we show up looking like the Chargers looked last night, then you got a long season away. Long kiss goodnight, baby.
Shay, would you say you keep it real?
I keeps it real.
I keeps it real.
Hey, Shay keeps it real.
So let's keep keeping it real. I got something I want to talk about right now.
Hell yeah.
During the offseason, and Greg Papa, you know I fucks with you. I fucks with you heavy, dog. But you tried to go ahead and say Jimmy Garoppolo was better than my man Derek Carr. Derek Carr looking real saucy with the eyeliner and everything.
It's got them eyelashes, bro. This is beautiful.
And I'll say it again. If Derek Carr shows up tonight looking like the Jimmy Garoppolo I saw, throwing under 50% accuracy, throwing 3 interceptions.
Let's keep it real now.
Let's keep it real. Now, you could blame some of that on his wide receivers, but you've had a full offseason to get that timing correct with Mr. Golden Boy over there, who you already crowned. I'm about to yank the crown off of Jimmy G's head.
All right. Keeping it real, baby. Keeping it real.
The 49ers have 3 out of 4 of their first games on the road.
Yeah.
But you know what? I keeps it real.
Yeah, you do.
I have to root for them when they play the San Diego Chargers in week 3.
This is true. This is true. We do have to root for them there.
I'll give it up to you. Your defensive line looked pretty good. I need you to use that defensive line to make Philip cry me a river in a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm going to keep keeping it real.
Because that's what we do here at the Pillaging Podcast.
And let you know that you do not crown a quarterback until he's played 16 consecutive games in the NFL, at least at very minimum.
You're damn right.
Stop doing that. 5 games don't mean shit.
And in the meantime, me, Cain, and Che are going to keep keeping it real.
That's
I
all
keeps
day.
it real.
Keep it real saucy on the mic. Mike, I see you itching. So for a long time, we've had a blog. You've heard me talk about it. I'm not going to tell you the whole story right now. But there's a guy that's been on there for a long time. I've had the pleasure of sitting right next to him for many years. And his name is St. Homer, or he likes to go by Raider Forever. We call him St. Homer because he's a pious man, and he's most definitely a homer. And I'm going to let Mike rip into you right now. Really quick, just a quick segue. Mike, it's week 1 of the 2018-19 NFL season, and your boy Derek Carr is about to take the field with the prodigal son, John Gruden, who has returned.
Yeah.
You got the L.A. Rams. Just open up that speaker box we like to call your mouth.
Listen up, brothers. I love you all. I just had to down my Pacifico. But you know what?
Great choice.
John
great
Gruden
choice,
is back.
Mike.
There is no one player that is greater than the Oakland Raiders. I've watched players come and go through Oakland, from my baseball basketball and football teams, it does not matter. It's all about the team.
True.
And it's all about the coach who's in charge of the team. And we've had some great coaches, and we've watched them come and go. Check it out. John is all about winning. He's all about an offensive head coach. There's a reason why he let Matt go. He didn't show up for training camp. Don't get me wrong, I love that guy. My son was devastated. I remember the day we drafted him. It was a great day. We were fortunate that he dropped to us at the 5th pick in that draft.
That's right.
But you know what? We were also, it was a detriment that we had Derek Carr and Khalil Mack in the same draft. In today's football, you cannot succeed trying to pay those two guys at the same time. And you have to choose between offense and defense. John chose offense, and that is why he will choose Amari Cooper, because he is 24 years old. He has 3,000 yards almost, and we've watched him take over games. I've watched him take over the Baltimore Raven game. I watched him take over a Kansas City Chiefs game here at O.co, my favorite place in the world.
Preach.
Check it out.
Keep it real.
John Gruden knows Amari Cooper has greatness in him. I watched him salivate over him. You know what? I bet he watches film of him and is more excited than Dave on Pornhub. Check it out, brothers.
Shout out to Frisky.
We are gonna
Keep it real.
keep Amari Cooper on our team when he has 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. And you know why? Because we brought in a mentor named Jordy Nelson, who is going to make our offensive receivers that much better. I love you guys. I'm going to give it back to my best brothers
Preach.
and my favorite friends that you guys love to listen to every week, because this ain't my show. I'm out.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Facts.
Facts, baby.
Facts.
That's facts, bro.
Perfect segue to our next segment, Silver and Black Facts. Raiders running back Jalen Richard's 3.06 yards per route ranked 9th of 76 running backs that were targeted 5 or more times this preseason. And that's why you know that Jalen Richard fits on this offense. John Gruden loves throwing to the running back.
That's right.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Those are facts. Hardcore facts.
Raiders rookie Marcel Aitman did not drop a single one of his 12 catchable targets this preseason, the 5th most receptions without a drop pass of any wide receiver. Big facts.
Yep.
Raiders linebacker Markel Lee was the highest graded linebacker in the NFL that played 40-plus snaps this preseason with a 92.5 overall grade. He was the highest graded Raiders player overall. Big King Kong facts. Raiders rookie Maurice Hurst ranked 5th in pass rushing productivity this season among 153 interior defenders with 30 or more pass rush attempts. That's a lot of attempts.
Yep. That's good.
The Raiders
Daniel
ranked
Point.
7th this preseason. 7th out of 32. Let's keep it real. With 77.9 overall defense grade. The team ranked, however, 3rd in pass rush. But 11th in coverage and 12th in run defense. Let's hope that pass coverage number transfers over into the regular season.
That's right.
Am I right?
That's right.
Let's keep it real. Now, we got a friend of ours. He goes by the name Hawaiian Raider.
Yeah, we do.
And I want to get my man Hawaiian Raider over here right now. Because
Wait.
he's got generations and generations of tailgating experience
under
his belt. And he's a big reason why this crew came together. Let's get Hawaiian Raider over here really quick. Just a minute, brother. I'm going to give you your 15 minutes. But Hawaiian Raider, you're a big reason why this is all really continuing to survive and continues to grow and happen and the way it is. You've been tailgating for a long time. I want you to tell our listeners a little bit of, first of all, what's your tailgate routine? How do you start the morning with you and your family?
Well, it started with that guy over there, the cook over there, Jason, and me and him went to school together. And we found out we were both Raider fans, and we decided to go to games. And then when the PSLs let go. When they let go of the PSLs, and it was cheaper, we decided to buy season tickets, and here we are since 2006.
2006. So that's about 12 years.
That's what I'm talking
Since
about.
before the Jamarcus Russell years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in those
Makes
last,
a lot of sense.
In those last 12 years, what's one memory that really sticks out in your mind as a Raiders fan?
The lots. The
Yeah.
lots, the people, all you guys, man.
What's your
It's
favorite
awesome.
tailgate food?
Tailgate food? Oh, I hardly eat. So my tailgate food is this, man, right here.
By the way,
You got on that liquid diet.
Hey, that's your food right there.
by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the man just held up a cold beer in case you were wondering what his diet was. I don't think too many of you were guessing, but I just confirmed facts.
Yep.
Hawaiian Raider, man, I just want to say thank you myself for bringing us all together. All of our blog brethren, you've been the epicenter of everything that we do. And I want to introduce you to my friend Daniel right here, who actually has been doing a lot of the same what you've been doing. Daniel, you've been a tailgater for quite some time now. Why don't you get close to the mic, my friend? You've been tailgating for quite some time. And you tell me that you're in the RV section, and the easiest way to find you is how? How do I find you in the RV section?
You find the ugliest motorhome on the whole yard, and I'll be right there barbecuing.
Hell yeah.
It's the ugliest one out there, bro. You can't miss it.
Can't miss it.
Hey, but it works, though.
Hey,
It has a pisser, a barbecue pit. That's all you need.
What is it from the 80s or the 90s, man?
This one's from, I think it's a 77 Dodge, bro.
Oh, that was the year I was born.
It's way back.
That was
and
the
it's still
year.
going. It's been going since 95 when they came back.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah.
Hopefully it can make it to this year.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
Daniel, man, it's good to see you out here.
Hey, so how do you feel about the Raiders leaving?
Oh, man, that's a heartbreak, bro. You know, it's the second time in my lifetime that they're leaving me. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And some of us ain't just financially stable just to go and make that jump, you know? I tried it, but it's just not going to fly for me.
Do you think
So-
you'll make a game in Vegas? When
Oh,
they make
yeah,
the
I
move?
got a friend out there in Vegas. He's going to get me in there, you know.
So
We grew up together, so.
So you're not going to give up hope on your team?
Oh, never that, man.
Will you still watch on TV, or will you?
Of course I will, you know. I was talking to Jay about it, like, man, where's going to be home base at in San Jose? Where are we going to go? You know, I know Parktown Pizza over there in Milpitas.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of Raider fans that own the pizza parlor, and a lot of guys go there. They have draft parties there. So that might be my home. It's closest to me.
Yeah,
So.
shout out to Parktown. Actually recommended that to somebody last night.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully they're sitting out there right now to be in good company, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
It was
once
nice to
a
meet you
Raider,
guys,
always
though,
a
man.
Raider, baby.
it's nice to meet
You know
you.
what I'm saying?
Well, your
That's how
name
we
again?
do it, Cain.
Cain.
Hey,
Yeah.
those black hole tickets, bro.
Oh, yeah, man.
Thank you,
They're-
man.
I got blessed with those tickets, man. Somebody
Yeah,
passed away
yeah.
in the family, and then they got handed down to me. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we've been repping it.
What section you in?
I'm in 105, row 6, right behind the Gorilla.
How long you been there?
I've been there like going on 6 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I had 2 seats up on top, and then got those 2, and then couldn't financially keep them both, so I ended up just staying in the black hole.
But you kept
Good
up
choice.
with it, though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's how we do, man.
Yeah, and I was out here
Raider
too in '95 when they came back. I got here in '97, and then I had to go on vacation for a little while, if you know what I mean. And
I hear you. I hear
I
you.
got back out, and here I am again. You know.
And that's how we do.
And
right.
I just wanted to tell people too. Me and Dan have our own podcast. It just doesn't get recorded. It usually goes down on Tuesday or Thursday nights on the east side of San Jose. You can catch us hanging in a gym somewhere, usually talking about the Raiders.
That's
so,
right.
So if you want to tune in, come out there and find us. We out here.
Yeah, and Edenvale too on the south side of San Jose.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, man.
All right,
Grab
man.
some stickers, man.
Yeah,
and,
thank you.
And continue to listen to us, man. We appreciate
All
it.
right, Pillagers, peace out. Raider Nation, go Raiders.
Yeah, get you a big stack though. Get you a big stack. You a big stack man. I know you. I feel you. Yeah, man. So we're out here, man. I'm just letting you guys know, reaffirming the fact that we are out here for sure. Because some of you guys might think like, oh, these guys are in the studio and they're just piping in some sound effects or something. But no, we actually out here. Boss man, do you want to come over here and get on the microphone and talk to our listeners? No. Okay. So I just want to say for one of our listeners out there, one of our listeners who's disabled, they live in Colorado, and their dream is to come to a Raiders home game before the team moves. And the man that's standing in front of me right now is one of the men that's making that possible for this
Beautiful
person.
thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, and I wanted to say thank you on his behalf and his family's behalf because you're really doing something special. We're going to square up later. Don't worry about all that. But I just wanted to let you know that that's what's going on. So thank you.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I know, but you're a part of this, brother. That's what I'm saying. You're one of the people that are making this happen. We'll leave government names off the air for now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll leave the governments off the
But what's
name
your street name, bro? Give us a street name.
Street name?
Yeah, give us a nickname.
We call it the Lexington Block. There you go.
You got to speak it to the mic.
Lexington Block.
Lexington
go.
Block.
All right.
Man said Lexington Block. LB. L Block, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Chill. Find them out there. Who else we got to talk to, man? Does Dutch want to get on the mic? Do any of these knuckleheads want to get on the mic? Hey, Pillagers. Where's my Pillagers at? Where's my Pillagers at? You want to get on the mic, brother? Come here. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you, bro. Get on the mic. Get on the mic.
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Greg Prince, man.
Prince. I like this. Royalty.
Príncipe.
We're talking to
check this
royalty over here.
Príncipe.
Check this out. I brought my lady for the first time, but she never been to a Raider game. I had to bring her out.
Yeah, give me that.
I'm like way too hyped right now.
It's all good. It's all good. Be yourself.
want to
Just
take a
be
picture with
yourself.
you guys.
Prince, how long you been coming out here, man?
So I'm from Southern California, diehard Raider fan. I got Al Davis tattooed on my leg when he passed away.
Oh, man.
I've been a fan since '87 from Southern California. I'm an
Hell
LA
yeah.
Raider and an Oakland Raider. So
Everyone's
okay.
a Raider in this parking
everyone's
lot
a
right
Raider.
now.
I don't
Everyone's
give
a
a shit where
Raider.
you go. Go to Mars, I'm a Raider.
Raiders.
We're Raider Nation for life, man.
That's
right,
Raider Nation.
Life.
Raider
Nation.
I like it.
Baby.
I like it.
Yeah.
You go take a picture, you guys, man?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Come in here. My man that looks so fly, I got to call him Jeff Curry. My man.
Ready, guys?
There we go.
Yeah, we're taking a photo opportunity right now for the Pillaging Podcast. Photo opportunity. My man that looks so fly, I got to call him Jeff Curry.
Jeff Curry. That's right.
All right, man. That's all right. That's all right. We
Yeah,
in the
first
match.
shot.
favorite
First
gentleman.
shot.
What's going on,
My
gentlemen?
friend Jeff Curry.
Hey,
We're just
Jeff
gonna call you
Curry,
Jeff
this my
Curry.
boy right
With the
here.
shot
you know
boy.
what
With the
I'm
shot
saying?
boy. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Good to see you
what's
guys.
up?
Beautiful day.
Good to see you,
Man,
baby.
you must get that a lot, don't you?
I get that a lot, man.
You get tired of it.
I'll never get it. I went to Wells Fargo 2 years ago, and I went to make a deposit. And she was like, good game last night. And I stared at her like, what are you talking about? And then it hit me, and she smiled at me like, oh, okay, Steph Curry, okay.
What was your first thought? Were you like, I didn't tap that last night?
Good game last night? No, because, I'm only 5'6", like, I have no game. So.
He looked small on TV, though.
True.
But he's 6'4".
No, if I had an ounce of his height and bank account, I might be a monster right now.
There you go. There you go.
Any of you out there that see Steph Curry on TV
about all
think,
of us,
I
bro.
could take him.
Oh, I know I can.
Yeah.
I'll back him down the court through three-point shots, Big three taught me a few things, and Kobe being Bryant.
There you go.
Let's keep it real. Do you ever pull any strings with that look?
I actually have before. There's a bar called Somar in Oakland, downtown Oakland, and I was pretty drunk, and they had like a Warriors. Oh, actually, this is recent during the finals game. Drunk girl came up to me. Oh my God, it's Steph Curry. I was like, no, but I'm actually his cousin, Arthur. She's like, show me your ID. I was like, we have different parents, so it said Arthur Martin. She believed me. Had her boyfriend or whoever buy me a round of shots.
Oh,
Yeah.
No lie, and did it. And then afterwards, I looked at him and said, "Hey, I'm just messing. I'm not. I feel bad." He said, "You got us pretty good, brother." So yeah,
Worth it.
That's the only time I've done it before. I'll trick you, but I won't let it go as far as I did that.
Right,
night.
right.
I'm down to start like a candid camera type show. Maybe. I think there's
We
an
have a camera
opportunity.
around and like have people. Dude,
Yeah.
you seen fake Clay? People got tricked
I've
by
seen
fake
that.
Clay.
I've seen fake
Hey, he
Clay.
plays for the
6'7".
Raiders, bro.
Hey,
Dude.
that's fat Clay for the record.
He's out there drinking beer with them, and he's 6'7". Fake Clay is like 5'9".
I know, but
and he was
it's
like, "Did you
like-
see him sign the guy's jersey?"
Hey, he looked like hey.
No, I could be drunk as hell and still know that's not Clay. That dude a little
Oh,
he got little chubby cheeks
man.
like me.
He kind of like he resembled him a little bit though. You know
There's a big difference between 5'9" and 6'7".
Not to some folks apparently.
Not to some folks. They just
Geometry was not their subject.
Well, they
don't know, bro.
you know,
They don't know.
They think everything looks bigger on TV. hey, you keep telling yourself that, and you keep making those videos. I see you. I see you. Yes, my man right here. How long you been coming out to the tailgate, brother?
So before I met you guys in Dwayne, I met you guys I believe 2 years ago. But
Yeah.
I've been tailgating. I'm 30. I've been tailgating since I was 18 with my uncle.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Don't give up the
Up
age.
age.
You got the Curry thing going for you.
Oh, I lied.
Hey, look, bruh, tell them about the gumbo.
Oh.
Is my gumbo on here or what?
Let me tell y'all something about this gumbo. I've never done crack a day in my life, but after eating that gumbo, I start fiending for some more gumbo. Like,
That's what I'm talking
that
about.
gumbo was delicious.
Hey, and we might try to bring that back again this year. You know what I'm
See?
saying?
Keep it real.
Real quick,
Yeah.
speaking of this year, I have one question for you guys. Do you guys feel that this is absolutely our last season, or do you think we'll finish it out next season? I'm just
I mean, what I think this is probably the last year in
This is it?
Oakland. especially with the lawsuit being
$5
filed.
million, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is about that, that's the city council. Not all of Oakland is down with that. The lease contract is on the table right now, but, I mean, the Raiders smell smoke, man. And they saw the reactions on the news, and maybe it's time for them to get out of town. That's what they think. That's not what I think.
This is what I think. I think it costs a lot of money for you to move to another city. You know what I'm saying? I think it costs a lot of money for you to move to another city and then move to another city after that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like the Raiders would like to stay here. You know what I mean? They already have a place here. And then to move to San Diego or wherever other towns that's been mentioned, it's going to cost you some money to do that. And then to turn around in the next year or two and move again, it's going to cost you more money. So I think a lawsuit, the Raiders can say, oh, if you file a lawsuit against us, you ain't going nowhere, man. You here, you have a stadium, and your fan base is here. Yeah. So if you try to move, then you have to reestablish your fan base wherever you go to. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you think, look at the Chargers. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
they moved to LA and they can't fill their stadium. Like when look at yesterday. Look at yesterday. That shit was halfway full with Chiefs fans, bro. So the Raiders, you know, arrogant as ownership may be, think they can take the team wherever they want to take them. What's really real is that you have to establish your fan base wherever you go, in Las Vegas, San Diego, wherever. So, yes, let's file a lawsuit against the Raiders, whatever. And I'm not saying that I'm in agreement with that, but I'm just saying that has happened, and that can be a cause of what people think the Raiders might want to do is leave.
Hey, why you moving us? Why you moving us?
Oh, wow. Look at Al Davis just walked up on the set.
Al Davis.
Wow. Hey, can you give us an Al Davis quote?
Al Davis. It's a podcast.
Al Davis quote.
Al Davis quote?
Al Davis quote.
The greatness of the Raiders is all I have to say.
Keep on walking. Look. I didn't mean to interrupt Cain's rant there, because you're right. You're right. It's not easy to just pick up and move. It's a big deal. Matter of fact, it's a big effing deal. It's a
big effing deal.
You know, it's a big deal. And I hope and I pray to God that they can stay put and something can get done. But there's a lot of feelings and there's a lot of emotions right now that are tied up in this, and I'm sad to see it play out like this. Sometimes it's nice just to have a clean break, no matter when that break happens. Yeah. And I'm sad to see them go, but
of course.
They should stay.
Like I said, it's gonna take a mountain and a molehill for them to move off into another place, man. They ain't gonna do that. So it is what it is.
It is what it is, brother.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
That's the truth.
So that's a little segment we like to call Meet the Nation. That's a brand new segment called Meet the Nation. Now, a lot of people get confused what a Raider is, and there's a lot of members of Raider Nation, and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to explain this because it's a new segment. I'm going to explain this for you. You're not an official member of Raider Nation until you've gone to an away game. And I'm going to explain to you why right now. We're all going to quiet down. We're going to tell you exactly what a Raider means, and we're going to come right back on there.
Raider, a person who attacks an enemy in the enemy's territory, a marauder.
You must pillage to be a member of Raider Nation. And with that, I'll leave you guys. We got some tailgate business to attend to. I'm hungry, boys. Is you hungry?
I'm ready to eat, man. Bro. And this is, we pretty much done.
We pretty much, I think we put a nail in it.
Raiders going to beat the Rams tonight, 2017, baby. It's going to be a close game, 2017.
You're going to go 2017. I'm going to take us in the L 24-17.
Okay.
We're going to get you now. We're going to catch an L tonight, Jay.
I like 2017 Raiders, bro. I like 2017. I'm going to go with Cain. I'm going to go 2017.
Home crowd advantage.
That's right.
Everyone's pumped up.
They got Cain in the corner, bro.
Hey,
what? I'm not here?
You're here,
baby.
Too?
Just because I think they're going to get an L doesn't mean I'm not going to root for them.
We at home. And listen, but you know
see
what,
me
though?
Soaking over here?
We at home.
Bruh.
We at home, bro. John Gruden. You know what I'm saying? This is the comeback of John Gruden. So
and
let's
the motherfucking nation, y'all.
Absolutely.
I will say this when we break. When we come back on air, right, you're going to get a reaction. again, the game's already happened. You're listening to this now. The game's already happened. But I will tell you this. After tonight, there will be 2 storylines that come out of this. And let's see if I'm right. It's either going to be the Raiders were wrong for dealing Mack, they're in trouble, or John Gruden was right.
Well, absolutely. You know what? We already saw the Raiders wasn't wrong for dealing Mack last night. Mack didn't show up when Mack should have showed up. Actually, Green Bay defensive end showed up and made a play when he was supposed to. Khalil Mack didn't show up and make a play when he should have made a play in the fourth quarter. So that's a done deal, baby. Fuck Khalil Mack. He's done. He's over. He's out of here. He's the Chicago Bear. We're the Oakland Raiders. It's true. Fuck Khalil Mack. I'm talking about Arden Key and P.J. Hall and Maurice Hurst right now.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? All the Khalil Mack, you gone, baby. You wanted more money, go do more money and get less wins because you ain't going to win more than 6 wins this year.
So I
guarantee you that.
I promised you I was done, but one more thing, unless you got something.
No.
One more thing, because I want to end with this. I said it this morning. I couldn't sleep, bro. I was excited. I woke up at 4:30 this morning. I couldn't go back to sleep. I did eventually. I'm not going to lie. I did fall back to sleep. But I couldn't go to sleep, so I jumped on Twitter, and I said it. I said, you can have the best defensive player in the league and still not beat one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
That's right.
That's why quarterbacks make more money.
The Bears played a lot of money and gave up 2 first-round draft picks to learn what John Gruden already told you. And I'm going to leave that right there.
That's it.
This is the Pillaging Podcast. You can follow us online on Twitter. Make sure you get that gear. We got plenty of swag available right now. We out here, boys. A-Lot representing. It's a couple hours to game time. Let's eat some food. Let's drink some beers. Let's have a good time.
Raiders, we out, baby.
Raiders.
Welcome to the show, Scott. Tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and how they can find your work online.
I've been covering the Raiders. This is my 6th year now. Man, time flies. And I work for NBC Sports Bay Area. It's a regional sports network here in San Francisco / the East Bay. And write for NBCSportsBayArea.com. And, of course, all the social media stuff, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook is all at BAIRNBCS.
Fantastic. Big fan of your work, Scott. You're doing a great job. Just caught your episode of Raider Central last night. And that means the 2018 season is upon us, and the Raiders are set to set sail once again. During last night's broadcast, I heard you say that you expect this team to be about a 7-win team. Can you give our listeners a little perspective on how you arrived at that number?
Yeah, I think that number reflects a couple different things. One, this offense should be kicking. And I think that coaching matters, and I think Paul Guenther and John Gruden are pretty excellent play callers and play designers. And so I think that goes a long way. But I also agree with what John Gruden has been saying since the Raiders traded Khalil Mack, is that this roster has some holes. This roster has some issues and some talent deficiencies that have come from a lack of production from the last 3 draft classes. I'm talking about 2015 through 2017. So for that reason, I kind of have them hovering around 500. I'm not married to 7 and 9. It could leak above that. It could leak below that. I think a lot of that has to do with the ability to get out of the gate strong and take advantage of what should be some lackluster opposition in the first half of the season. If they can get rolling, and John Gruden does a great job calling plays, things can change. But yeah, they're floating around in wins right now.
All right, fair enough. You do follow the team pretty closely. Can you help illustrate the differences you've seen thus far between this staff and the previous regime as far as practices go, preparation, everything leading up until now?
Yeah, I really think that John and Paul are really good teachers of the game, and I think that they're more X and O proficient than what we saw last year. Last year with Jack Del Rio and Ken Norton, largely, those guys are respected coaches across the league, but I don't think that they had the same, precise knowledge and a way to express it to their players that Gruden and Guenther do. So I think that it has created a really upbeat vibe. I mean, John Gruden fires out pop quizzes all the time, whether he'll call a play, he'll set it up, everybody knows what they're supposed to do, and then with 10 seconds left in the play clock, he'll change the whole thing.
Wow.
Right? And he's doing things like that to try to get their mind active in training camp, to be like, what if the worst happens? Mm-hmm. He's constantly setting up game time situations. He even has TV timeouts in the middle of his practices, so players know what that feels like to have 2.5 minutes in the middle of your drive or right after a punch or what have you. So he's creating game-like situations, and I think players like the challenge. It makes them engaged in practice. And Paul Guenther, I'm a big believer in what he can do and what I think he will do for this Raiders defense. The guys really respect him, and he's good talking to every different position group. And it's weird because you hear a lot about John Gruden going old school sometimes. He's got giant video boards up on the practice field where players can watch the reps live if they're not participating, or they can watch replays of them to see what went right and what went wrong. I think the teaching mechanism works here, and I think ultimately that's going to transfer into better results on the game field on Sundays and Mondays, and should ultimately help them maybe even make up at times when they're overmatched in terms of talent.
That's great news. I'm a big PG fan myself. I've been saying I think he's probably the most important addition this offseason aside from John Gruden. PG obviously having spent time on both sides of the ball. I think his defensive scheme, he's a bit of a trickster. He can show multiple fronts, and I think he's going to keep our opponents guessing quite a bit throughout the season. So I'm excited about that. As I understand it, now you drafted Derek Carr to your fantasy team. Is he your starter?
I did.
Is he your starter? And why would you draft a 7-win quarterback to your fantasy squad?
Because that's a good lead-in to what I'm about to say here, is that I took a look at what he did last year, and I hate blaming things on people that aren't here to defend themselves in general. So to say, Todd Downing and Mike Tice really messed up that offense, and letting Bill Musgrave go caused the offense to do X or Y. But I heard time and time again that the play calling, the route concepts were very predictable and easy to defend. And that's the opposite, I think, of what you're going to see. At least I think, because John Gruden has shown us nothing so far in the preseason. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, I think that the working dynamic between Derek Carr and John Gruden is pretty interesting. I mean, if we go back to January, right after John Gruden first got hired, you heard so much about how, because John Gruden says a lot of 4-letter words and Derek Carr's a pious individual who never says any of them, means that they can't work together, right? Mm-hmm. And back then, I thought it was the stupidest concept ever, and that's proving to be utter nonsense at this point, because they get each other. They are, I think I used the term on the show, that they are kindred spirits when it comes to football. Derek's tried to beat him to the office several times. Not that he succeeded, but he's trying. And I think he keeps going to John Gruden saying, give me more, give me more, give me more. And in these pop quizzes that happen on the practice field that we were talking about earlier, they go back to May.
Wow.
Right? They go back a long time. And even early on in Derek's education in this scheme, which is complicated, especially for quarterbacks, he was passing those pop quizzes then. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why there's a lot of talk about John Gruden's never developed a young quarterback in his career. Well, he's never had a young quarterback like this either. So I think that dynamic is why I'm confident that Derek Carr is going to thrive in this system. He understands that he's smart enough to run a system that can put his teams in position to gain at least 4 yards, right? That's all you got to do. Just gain 4 yards 3 times and you got a first down.
Yep.
And ultimately, while there may be some hiccups, I think, generally speaking, Derek Carr is going to have a pretty darn good season and a pretty darn good tenure working with John Gruden.
I surely hope so. And you go back to the 2016 numbers, and Carr was throwing, I think he had less than 10 interceptions that year. He had 20 plus touchdown passes. What's your prediction on Derek Carr's numbers this year? Since you drafted him, I gotta presume that you have some sort of idea or some sort of hunch as to what his yardage and touchdown to interception ratio would be. What would be a good year for Derek Carr in 2018?
I think if he's well over 4,000, I think that would be a positive thing. And in terms of, not making mistakes, I think John Gruden's offense is kind of built that if the quarterback knows what he's doing and doesn't get fooled by a coverage or by a certain player, that you can avoid those types of things. Because while I think over the course of the season, we're going to see a lot of stuff that is new and maybe not what you would assume John Gruden would do when he talks about taking the game back to 1998.
Right.
Download his playbook online, and he's got 3 tight ends and a fullback in there. I still think a West Coast offense at its core, which means there's still going to be a lot of balls that travel 5 yards here, and give, hopefully, I'm sure for Derek and John, that they give their skilled players room to work beyond the catch. So that's why I think that mistakes are going to be easier to avoid. Some people may look at them as checkdowns. The checkdowns are like if you're on the 4th option, but if you hit Amari Cooper 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, and he takes off on a slant, or if you hit Keith Smith in the backfield and he turns a 2-yard pass to a 10-yard gain, that's not a check down.
No.
So ultimately, I think Derek is going to thrive. I would anticipate the mistakes going down. He can make all the throws. Just the one thing that we haven't seen from him is the ability to stay healthy through a full season. He's missed a couple games, and he's been banged up when he has played at times. That's going to be important on an offensive line that we all know how strong it is through the interior, but there are definitely question marks on the outside, at least until we see these guys play.
Absolutely. Now, John does like his veterans. So out of the new veteran faces on this team, who's the guy to watch this year, and who's the guy that's likely to disappear?
Okay, that's a good question. Who's the veteran that we should watch this year? Well, I'm of the opinion, and I guess you can roll the tape on me come December 30th or what have you, like whether this is right. But I'm of the opinion that Jordy Nelson is their highest profile veteran, obviously, that they've brought in. I expect big things from him. I expect a significant number of targets and stats maybe exceeding what Michael Crabtree did last year. And all he did was catch touchdowns. So
right.
I would anticipate Jordy Nelson, being in that spot where everybody wonders if he's lost a step, and I don't think he has. So, so I definitely think that could be a guy that you could see a lot out of. In terms of on the other side of it, I'm not predicting this. I'm actually working on a story about Derek Johnson right now, but I definitely think he's somebody to keep an eye on. Maybe less for what he can or can't do, and more for the fact that Markell Lee has really emerged on the scene, and he's going to be the starter in the base defense, and Derek is a starter in the nickel. I mean, I talked to Derek, and he said, hey, I know that people look at my age, and they say, can he still do it? Can he still, operate? I mean, the guy was an all-pro, right?
Yeah.
The guy was a multi-time Pro Bowler, but you come off Achilles and a ACL tear in your past, and everybody kind of wonders. And I think ultimately he's a guy to keep an eye on about, as he said it, this is a production-based coaching staff, meaning if you show well in the first couple of weeks, you're going to play more. If you don't, you're not going to play at all. So keeping an eye on his snap count, I think might be something to watch. Also, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, a late signing, another plus 30 guy. I think he may be sneaky active for this team this season, despite coming on so late.
Mm-hmm. That's a fair assessment. I've been, I want to say critical of Derek Johnson, but kind of just pumping the brakes on him. I know fans were really excited when we signed him. He's a brand name, but he is up there, and I do expect him to play in certain packages. He's definitely not an every down back. I think he'll play well. I don't think he's going to be the standout, all-pro playmaker he was in his heyday. I think he's still certainly a positive asset on this team, but he's got a place. He's going to fit into that place. Don't expect him to be, an every down backer. And same reason why you got a guy like Navarro Bowman, who's sort of got an opposite skill set, why he's not on this team and he's not making the money he was expecting. He's not an every down linebacker. But Derek Johnson, definitely an asset. Just don't expect the world out of this guy this year, but he's going to help this team. Now, it's been discussed ad nauseum, but Mac is gone. And the one thing fans can hang their hat on right now is the trifecta of pass rushers drafted in the offseason. Give us a realistic perspective. Key is no Mack. Arden Key is no Khalil Mack. But what are some realistic expectations for this young group? Can they help offset the absence of Khalil? Do you expect the Raiders pass rush, all things considered, to be improved this year? What are your thoughts about this group moving forward?
Yeah, I hate to cop out and say wait and see, but these are three guys that have never played a real NFL game before, and they don't have a lot of snaps against real first-level offensive linemen, but you can see potential in the group. And Arden Key has athleticism and bend and, frankly, a really good attitude with how he's going about his business and his interactions with coaches and his interactions with us. Just a really interesting guy. And you hear about a lot of his kind of troubles with LSU, and that has not happened here. And that's a positive to unlocking his talent. But I would still view him at the start of the season as a situational type of pass rusher, because you can't replace Khalil Mack. He was the best edge run defender in the NFL.
Right.
That is unquestioned. So why would you put Arden in to be a three-down linebacker? I'm sorry, a three-down end right away when maybe a guy like Tank Carradine or Frosty Rucker or guys like that who can fill in and fill a smaller role. I think we're going to see, like we were talking about Markel Lee and Derek Johnson rotating between base and sub packages. We're talking about Arden and Tank Carradine doing that a lot. We're going to see that a lot in general, especially on the front. But you think when it comes to Arden Key, I think he could really be a dynamic presence off the edge. When you look at a guy like P.J. Hall, he's not very tall. He doesn't look like he's cut out of marble, right? But he's got that low center of gravity that can push you forward. And even though he was at a small school, the guy just produces at a record-setting pace for that division. So I'm encouraged by that. Maurice Hurst, we all know he came out of the draft as the best interior pass rusher, fell to the 5th round, and not a single time have I heard on the record or off or what have you that health is even a remote concern for this kid. So he's been out there playing all the time. Again, they're going to try to get these guys to fill specific roles. They can focus just on one thing. I wouldn't anticipate any of those guys playing all 3 downs, but I would expect contributions from them. Okay. And I think in replacing Mack, maybe it just isn't physically at that left defensive end spot, right?
Right.
It can also just be to getting an increased pass rush overall from the rookies, from Bruce Irvin, from Paul Gunther, who doesn't love to blitz, but has a lot of creative blitzes in his playbook. So I think Paul Gunther is a key factor in this. Bruce Irvin's going to have to deal with double teams. The rookies are going to have to find ways to step up. And Carradine and Rucker and guys like and Jelly Ellis are going to have to do yeoman's work. Guys that is just thankless jobs, filling gaps and taking up space so these other guys can get after the passer. It's going to take a team effort, and I do think that's possible. But all that being said, that long-winded answer now complete. You cannot replace Khalil Mack. You will miss him. He was a game wrecker, and you're not going to have that type of dynamic play up front. That will hurt you in 2018.
I cannot disagree with that at all. Now, pulling back a little bit further here and taking more of a bird's eye view of this team, which position group as a whole is most improved this year, in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because I was just going to scream defensive line, right? But obviously that can't be the case with Khalil Mack gone. Definitely. I think if you look at the running back group, top to bottom, I don't think that there's a weak link in there. I think every single one of those guys has proven at some point that he can be a serious, kind of, if not featured back, but a steady contributor. There's a lot of depth there. There really is. And I know fans have a lot of questions about Doug Martin. He didn't show very much in the preseason, and you look at anytime that you see back-to-back years of 2.9 yards per carry, that is a giant red flag to me. The same point in time when Darren McFadden started kind of falling off the cliff, right? That people wonder about this. So who knows what's going to transpire over the course of the season. But in practice, where he's not falling to the ground, he shows great burst and vision and wiggle and all those things that you like to see. I know fans were disappointed that Chris Warren didn't didn't make the 53-man roster. Maybe he was run a little too hard, and that's John Gruden saying that, not me, during the preseason, and it got him hurt. But ultimately, I think that group is deep. I think that fullback Keith Smith is going to be a real asset to this running game. So, I think that is the deepest position group here.
Yeah, I'm glad you touched on that, because that was my next question, was about Martin and what you'd seen from him. And Raider Nation, don't sleep on Keith Smith. John Gruden loves his fullback. I like the fullback position. I still believe that there's a place for the fullback in football in 2018. And Keith Smith, he can do all things. So I think he's going to be a key player on this offense. My biggest concern right now is the tackle position, and I don't think that I'm the only one that's in that space. Our success rides on Derek Carr, and Carr's success rides on staying upright and healthy, and that in turn rides upon this tackle position and the offensive line as a whole. The tackle could be the major linchpin this year. What's your level of confidence at this point?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that I have much confidence at all, because I really haven't seen a rookie Colt Miller play on the left yet, and Donald Penn is a question mark on the right side. And in the interest of full disclosure, we are recording this podcast on a Friday. It's going to drop Monday night or Tuesday.
Yep.
So after that first Rams game, so that will give us a little bit of a clue about how, if Donald Penn can really survive on the right side, and if Colt Miller's living up to all the hype and praise that Gruden and Tom Cable and Greg Olson have been launching his way. I have no reason to doubt them at this point, but the fact that you have uncertainty at the tackle spot, I mean, that's a scary proposition when this whole house of cards falls apart the second that Derek Carr goes down. So it is a major concern. I would say it's the biggest offensive question mark as we head through the season. I think it's the biggest question mark as a whole. And that's not me doubting Donald Penn for 1 second. He's one of my favorite guys on this team, and he's a gamer, and he's easy to motivate. And so I think that I'm not doubting that he can make the transition. But I just need to see it first.
Yeah.
And I'm not doubting that Colt Miller has gotten bigger and stronger, two absolute necessities from when he got drafted, and he's technically proficient. But I haven't seen a real, like, Taylor Lewan nasty streak, like rip your face mask off type of attitude.
Sure.
But he may not need to have that. I just need to see more from those guys, and I think that you guys do too.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I know you're from Visalia and you covered the Chargers earlier in your career. It seems that most writers have already crowned the Chargers as the AFC West champions. Do you share that sentiment? Where do the Raiders finish this season?
Okay, well, I'll offer you a little anecdote here. That when I first got hired to cover the Raiders, I made the mistake of going on television and wearing a baby blue colored tie. Prompted someone to go on YouTube and make a video that you can still find where they rant about how I'm a secret Chargers homer. How I love the Chargers and I'm a Charger fan and all this other junk and nonsense because I happen to be wearing a baby blue tie just because I'm sure my wife picked it out for me and I don't care about that stuff. Anyway, no, I'm not any of those things, for one. And two, I did cover the Chargers for 5 years before I took over this Raider gig. P.S. This fan base is better and I'm not just preaching to the choir here. I definitely think that the Chargers have a lot of talent, man. They just do. And that's speaking objectively and obviously talking to some people that I still know down there. Anytime that you have bookend edge rushers like the Raiders used to have in Ingram and Bosa, they're going to be good. I think in my predictions, I predicted them to win the AFC West. I stand by that. And we talked about 7-9 for the Raiders and where that places them. Could place them, somewhere around, third place in the AFC West. The Chiefs are a question mark with a young quarterback. I'm not sold on Case Keenum whatsoever. So I have a lot of question marks about Denver. And really, I came up with that 7-win number because I wanted to go through it and I wanted to say, because it's before the season, right? It's all on paper anyway.
Yeah.
And I just looked at it and like, where do the Raiders have a clear talent supremacy, right? And I counted 7 of those, right? You know what that doesn't take into account is a lot of the wins that they got in 2016, which is they got no business beating this team beating New Orleans on the road, right? But somehow they find a way to will it into victory. That clutch performance under pressure, you can't quantify that in August. And I think that's why I say this 7-9. Yeah, that's my prediction. It's also a pivot point, right? If you have good clutch fourth quarter play, that 7 could tilt up, right? If you wilt because you're tired or you're not ready or you can't overcome maybe some areas where you're talent deficient, then that 7 number goes down. So that's kind of how I feel about it right now. That's kind of where this team is. It's funny. I was in the locker room earlier today. Again, we're talking Friday, and Eric Harris walked by me, and he must have seen. I was on NBC's postgame show last night, and he must have seen, because I threw 7-9 out there, and he came up to me. He's like 7, and he's the best dude ever. Seriously, such a great guy. So he's clearly with me, but he goes 7-9. That's all you got for us? And then I was like, I'm just trying to fuel the fire, man. That's all I'm trying to do. But clearly, these guys are motivated. Every time that they hear something like that. 7-9, 6-10, 5-11. They can't survive without Khalil Mack. You know what athletes do, right? That fuels the fire. That drives them and pushes them forward. But again, it's all about how you perform in the fourth quarter, whether you're conditioned well enough or you're mentally strong enough or you can find a way to beat a guy that's a little better than you. That's how that record can go up. But these guys are motivated. These guys believe in John Gruden as a football coach, whether they agree with the Khalil Mack trade or not. And I think that that's going to go a long way. Even if, things don't go right out the chute necessarily, I think that motivation and that belief in what Gruden has set up here is going to stay.
Yeah, I mean that's a really fair, I think, educated, realistic assessment, and you're not giving us a ceiling. 7-9 is not a ceiling, like you said. It's a pivot point, and it's hard to argue with that. There's a lot of things that we've yet to see. There's a lot of question marks. Here we are on the eve of the kickoff of the 2018 season, and I think you're in a safe space there. And until we see better, 7-9, it's hard to argue with that. I know it's going to make a lot of fans upset, but a lot of our fans, I mean, let's face it, as fans, we're naturally myopic, right? We're optimistic. We expect the best all the time, but hang in there. Stay patient, stay calm, pump the brakes, and let's see what happens first. Now, this is a point we're wrapping up this interview here, Scott, and this is kind of the point of the show where I'd like to get a little bit more personal and find out a little bit more about our guest. So earlier today, you tweeted out that 90s West Coast rap was the soundtrack at today's practice. I want to know, is this your wheelhouse? What does Scott listen to on the way to practice? You strike me as maybe a major thrash metal fan. Tell me I'm not wrong.
Close, I would say. I've definitely gotten to the point where the music that I liked in high school is way better than the crap that's going on today, and I think that's because I'm getting older, and that's what happens when you do that. So, I'm still deep down in my core, I'm more of like that, mid-90s grunge phase.
Okay.
And I think that's probably going to stay with me. And but yeah, that 90s West Coast rap, that's also my wheelhouse too. I mean, I like good hard rock and roll. I like Zeppelin. Mm-hmm. I like Metallica. But I don't know if I can headbang, man. I just don't have the hair for it.
You don't. But it is a nice haircut. You're very well preferred, Scott. I can't argue with that. And good taste. The man has good taste. So, and really, really hard to argue with anything mid-90s. It was a great time for music. Now, on the other side, you spent time down in L.A., you went to school at UCLA, you covered the Bruins, and then on to the Chargers. Nobody escapes L.A. or San Diego without tasting some excellent Mexican food. 2 questions. Which Bay Area taco shop scratches that itch for you, and what's your go-to dish?
Oh, that is so glad you asked me that. Because in Southern California, it's something that up in NorCal, they don't have a lot. It's called the California burrito. Basically, you take everything that's awesome about carne asada and you add French fries to it.
Yep.
Right? So that's near and dear to my heart. It's also hard to find up here. Nothing wrong with the super burrito concept. Just why not put some fries in it? So anyway, there is a spot in Emeryville where I first lived in the Bay Area called Best Coast Burritos. Tremendous. They have a California burrito. The fries are fresh. The carne's well marinated. Bada bing. It's my staple order.
Ooh.
It's my staple spot.
That's good. Yeah, we just started seeing asada fries up here, so maybe that burrito will catch up in due time. But you're right. I've been down to San Diego. They got 24-hour drive-through taquerias, the fries and the burrito.
Everywhere.
Fire. Scott, it was a pleasure having you on, man. We hope to talk to you again down the road. Best of luck to you this year. I hope the Silver and Black do their job this year and make yours a little bit easier.
Hey, man, thank you very much. Great talk. And, yeah, let's definitely do this down the road.
Great, man. Thanks a lot.
Hi, what's going on there, Pillaging Podcast? It's your buddy Just Bair, baby, the week before the NFL season kicks off. Well, hey, I guess this is why everyone should be listening to the Pillaging Podcast. Guess everyone should be in the comment section on PJ, whatever the hell the website is. Because we were talking about Mac being traded. I'm not one to typically pat myself on the back here, but I was helping you break down what was going to happen and what the probability was. The national media is throwing off circle jerks. Oh, this may not happen. I kind of hear that maybe this won't. Get out of here with that. And then the local media, Bay Area, just drops the ball massively again. Who was talking about Mac being traded? The Pillaging Podcast and their callers. That's why you need to get wet in our comment section. So now that we broke it down, that Pillaging the Podcast is the greatest podcast on earth, now let's break down this Mac trade. First of all, Khalil Mack is gone. Can't replace Khalil Mack. Wasn't an ideal situation. But we could do something with this. Khalil Mack had averaged 10 sacks a year, was an all-pro, defensive player of the year, quite frankly the best dude I ever seen against the run, maybe ever. But we can get 72% of that with some cap space. That ain't that bad. We can do okay without it. And you gotta stop with this whole we threw in a second round pick. We swapped a second and a fifth for a third and a sixth to get the 2 ones. What does that mean in layman's terms? In fact, we gave up the second in 2020. Listen, Raider fans, we're going to win the fucking division this year because the AFC sucks. We might win it at 9-7. We're going to win the division at 9-7. We're going to roll into 2019 with the franchise quarterback, a all-world coach and coaching staff already in place, a decent left tackle rookie. We got the con man on the outside. We're going to have like $50 million in cap space next year, and 2 ones, a second, and 2 threes next year in the draft. We're going to fucking kill it, man. Khalil Mack went to the Bears. The Chicago Bears are no epitome of NFL general managing. They fuck everything up. They'll probably screw this up too. Go Raiders.
Hey, what's up, Cain? Cain? Shane once again. I will try my best to keep out of the yips, so it were. It's a hot one today. Day after a holiday. It's brutal. Work sucks. Just got done listening to the podcast. Mikey Raider, he was awesome. He's a cool dude. I'll have to look him up later to see exactly what video games he was in, see if I know him or not. There's really not much news today. I mean, it's still early, so who knows what I might read on Reddit later or online. But just wanted to say, football is definitely officially 100% back, as long as you don't count the preseason, that is. Can't wait for Monday night. I'm excited for the season. It's been about almost 2.5 years since I've gotten to actually watch football, other than primetime games. I've worked pretty much every Sunday. Last 2 years in my job, I finally never have to work a Sunday ever again. I am excited for that. I will finally be watching some football again live. I won't just be watching some plays or whatever here or there. I won't have to listen on the radio like I did for a little bit there. And I'm excited. And I know you guys are too. I know all of Raider Nation is. The Khalil Mack Blues are gone a little bit. still sucks, but as you said in this last episode, it is what it is. And you're right, it is what it is. Special shout outs to a few people, namely, fuck the Donkeys, fuck the Chargers, fuck the Chiefs, fuck the Steelers, fuck the Patriots, fuck the Buccaneers, fuck the 49ers. And in my case, I can't vouch for everyone else because of where I live, but fuck the Eagles, man. If I had to rank who my teams are hated most, it would probably be Broncos, Eagles. Yes, Eagles would be my number 2. Then the Chiefs, then the Patriots, then the Chargers, because, you know, Chargers are the Chargers. You gotta feel bad for them sometimes. And then after that, probably be the Steelers, the Bucks, and I would personally put the 49ers last on that list, just because I'm not from the Bay Area like you guys are. But you said to keep it shorter, and I'm going to try and keep it shorter. I apologize for the last one. My calls will hopefully get better as we do this, but I will try and call every week. Hope you guys had a good Labor Day, and go Raiders, man. Go Raiders.
Kenny, Jay, Cain, Jim Jack. Man, it's Wapo, El Wapo. Man, Rams game is right around the corner. Everyone in the downers thinking that the Raiders are done just because they traded Khalil Mack. It's just like, shut the fuck up. This team has already moved past it. Let's worry about the game. We got good defensive players. Let's prove everyone wrong. I think it's going to be a fight like Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson. I think the Rams are going to come out hard at first. They're going to knock us down, and everyone's going to be like, see, we told you the Raiders are going to be like shit. And like Buster Douglas, the Raiders are going to come back, and we're going to knock them out. We're going to take the air out of them, like what happened to us in the Redskins game. The Rams team, to me, I don't believe all the hype. I don't think they're capable of living up to expectations. I just don't see it happening. Same thing with the Eagles. There's no way they're going to get to the playoffs again. I just don't see it happening. For the rest of Raider Nation, just chill out, watch the game, be good fans. If you're burning your jerseys, you're a fucking moron, and you don't deserve to wear the black and silver anyway. And on another note, you guys are getting so big, man. When are you going to have a secretary answering that thing? You know, you just got to keep it nice and classy. And pretty soon you're going to have appointment times to make calls and stuff. All right, Wapo's out. You guys have a good one. Much love, Raider Nation. And to my boy, Ice Cold Honky, you keep throwing out them ice cold takes, man. Wapo out.
Hey guys, it's IR Johnny. Alright, here I am with your blog update. By the way, everybody on Twitter, all the followers, get on the blog. We're good dudes, alright? But here are my impressions of the blog for the week. Alright, here we go. So, Friskies. Fuck you, cunts! That's Friskies. And, alright, here's Homer. Homer, here we go. Fuck you, cunts! Alright, that was Homer. And, alright, so what else we got? We got, JFB. Alright, here's JFB again. Just Fire Baby. Just so you know, he's traveled the world. He's been everywhere, and he knows everything. And, here we go. JFB. Hey guys, it's JFB. And, you know, just calling in to let you guys know that, hey, man, this Mac trade's got me really... Hello? Mom? Hello? Mom, get off the phone! I'm on the phone with the blog! That's JFB. And, alright, so per request, here is, London Owl. Hey, blokes, oh, don't you chipper on fucking... I can't do a fucking English accent. Alright. Here's IR Johnny. Alright? IR Johnny on the blog. Here we go. We don't make fun of IR Johnny. IR Johnny is legit. Alright. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. It's IR Johnny again. I feel really bad because I screwed up London Owl's impression. So I'm going to give it another go, okay? But maybe not with a real good British accent. But anyways, hey, just moved up to Chico and sitting in my backyard right now. Beautiful up here. Now I sound like 303. All right. All right, okay. So here we go. Here's one now. Oi, mates. I got a Raiders hat. Look at my Raiders hat. That's it. That's one to know. All right, guys. Hey, have a good night. And again, definitely want to, let everybody know, all the followers, everybody that's listening, just come on the blog, man. It's fun out there. We're all family. We'll give you some shit, but it's all in good fun. So, anyways, all right, guys. I'll see you 11-11 for the Chargers game. Peace out.
Hey, this is Jay calling from Colorado. Just got done watching the game, and to say the least, I'm pretty damn disappointed. First drive of the game, I was like, the Raiders are going to do a lot better than I thought. I thought the offense was going to be crisp. It looked great. First half, I was like, okay, we're up. We're doing good. And then it seemed like Derek Carr all of a sudden got scared in the pocket. We're taking 1 second reads and getting rid of the ball. Can't throw the ball away far enough, so it's an interception. The pick six, because they have to just play our receivers and tight ends just 5 yards off the line and the ball's coming. It was ridiculous. And I know we're supposed to be done talking about Mac, but it's just like everyone's looking at Carr now, and I'm trying to stay positive here, but wow, it was really hard after tonight. Well, that's all I got to say. So I guess go Raiders, and on next week.
And we're back.
Yeah, we are.
Che, we're back.
We're back.
We're back in the crow's nest.
We're still alive.
It's been a long-ass day, bro.
It's been a real long-ass day.
Yeah.
You hear the voice.
You can hear it.
It's been out there. We put it out there. We put the voice out there.
Last time we did this, several of our listeners asked if we was faded after the game. No, we're just real tired. We get really loud.
The voice gets exhausted when you yell as much as we do, bro.
And while we're on that subject, we wanted to talk about it. Let's just get it out of the way right now.
Let's do it.
Real disappointed in our fan base tonight.
Yep.
Yep. Y'all were just not loud. I was listening to the post game with Townie, and he was saying he hadn't heard the Coliseum that loud since the last time John was here and in the playoffs. That's a big exaggeration, in my opinion. That stadium was rocking last year, Thursday Night Football.
That's right.
And we didn't even get close to that tonight. I saw a lot of you give up. Now, granted, we lost. We took the L. I told y'all we were going to take an L. I already told you all that. You
did.
Che led with his heart, and I love him for that.
That's right.
And
I always ride with my heart, bro.
And but the bottom line is, with 8 minutes to go, 8.5 minutes to go, fans were piling out of the stadium.
True.
When we got to the parking lot, folks was still with their head down. Some folks were telling you they didn't know if they were fans anymore.
Yeah. I was out there being like, yo, we still Raider fans. We still Raider fans over here. And some cats didn't know how to answer. They were like, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you don't know?
Right.
What do you mean you don't know?
And we responded to that attitude last week regarding the Khalil Mack trade. And we told you we weren't going to talk about Mack no more on the podcast, and he beasted out. I mean, come on. I'm just going to say that. What did you expect him to do? That he was just going to fade away over there? He's right. Khalil Mack. He's going to beast out.
Of course he is.
And we talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the show. First of all, I want to say, though, before we really get into it, man, just appreciate everybody that came out.
Hell yeah.
Everyone that came by. Met some new fans today of the show.
Yep.
Some new Pillagers. Got to meet some of the official Pillagers that have been listening, came through.
Mm-hmm.
Big guest appearance by Murph.
Yeah.
He had a lot of things to do. You know, he's from out here in the Bay, so when he comes out, he's got a lot of people to see.
That's right.
So I wanted him to be able to sit down with us, but I understand he had to keep it moving.
That's right.
But it was cool to see Murph out here, man.
Yeah, man. He stopped by. He gave us the dab. He He hooked us up with some shirts. We exchanged T-shirts, right? We took that pic, bro.
We did that jersey swap, bro.
Hell yeah, we did that on the field after the game jersey swap, but it was before the game.
Yeah. And those of you that are listening to this now and we're maybe looking for the live feed, last night, I guess by the time you listen to it, this is last night.
That's right.
Yo, it's 1:00 in the morning right now.
And we riding. That's right.
But we figured you're probably not riding right now. You're probably in bed.
You fucking riding right to sleep, bro.
Shout out to our East Coast listeners. Y'all probably getting up for work, and I get it, man. You guys are miserable. We lost. The scoreboard. First of all, let's get into the game. Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Just for the hell of using that sound.
Yeah, there you go.
We need to kick it off.
That's a game sound, bro.
The scoreboard did not reflect the game that we saw.
No. Not at all.
And I'm not trying to sugarcoat it and make it sound like it was any closer than it was, but Raiders with the 3-point lead at halftime. It was a tale of two halves.
That's right.
And that's exactly what it was, man. The first half, you got Carr. I think he had like 24 attempts in the first half, 16 in the second half. And this is something I've been saying. Those of you that think John Gruden's coming back and he's the offensive mastermind and he's whimsical and he's going to come up with these crazy state-of-the-art plays, that's not necessarily the case with John Gruden. He's got some new wrinkles. He's got some old wrinkles. He's got new twists on old wrinkles, sure. But John Gruden is John Gruden. John Gruden likes to run the football.
That's right.
He likes power football, and he likes to sit on leads. It doesn't matter how big that lead is. He plays by the numbers. He plays by the percentages. And get used to this. If we can't run the ball, there's not much we're going to be able to do.
That's the truth, man.
So, I already know people are probably looking at the box score and stuff. We were watching the game live. We get a different look. There's some things that we miss. And we're going to do our best right now to break it down for you. But what I saw was a lot of targets to Jalen Richard and Jared Cook.
Yep.
And I know some of you are thinking, Cooper wasn't in the game plan. Nelson wasn't in the game plan. They're in the game plan, dog. They weren't going into that game thinking, sit this one out, Amar. We're going to get you week 2. They're in the game plan. Their numbers were called up.
Yep.
But you got to take what the defense gives you. This is a very good Los Rams team.
It's true.
This is a team that everybody has as a Super Bowl contender. And
that's right.
They looked good. They had their shit together tonight. And they played 4 quarters of football. We did not. We're a new team. There's like 40 new faces on this squad.
This is true.
11 of your 50 Reggie McKenzie draft picks are all that's left right now on this squad.
Yep.
And so it's going to take a while for this team to get into a rhythm. I'm asking you guys, Che's asking you guys, don't push the panic button just yet.
Don't jump ship, yo. Don't jump ship, yo.
I would have told you this was a loss. I still have us going 10-6 this season, but we got to get it together.
I still have us going 11-5. I'm not giving up on that number. We lost the game that I said we were gonna win. It's okay. That happened before. When I called the 12-4.
Yep.
Yep. It didn't win all the games that I said we were gonna win. We didn't lose all the games we were supposed to lose.
This is true.
So anything can happen, bro.
This is true.
Anything can happen. Let's get our shit together, bro.
For the most part, in the first half, I felt like our interior line won that battle. In the second half, it went to the Rams.
Yep.
I mean, they won out.
Yeah.
What you ended up with was a Derek Carr that was very skittish in the second half.
Definitely.
He definitely looked rattled. You had the pick six, the final interception, just a soft throw. There's a chance he gets that in there to Cook if he guns it a little bit harder, but soft throw. Peters is already jumping the route, takes advantage, and it's 6 points the other direction.
Yeah.
The interception earlier in the game, Carr going across field, looked like maybe he was trying to throw it away. I don't know what he was trying to do, but whatever it was, the ball did not get there.
Right.
He kind of shot-putted that thing.
Yep.
So, it got to shake the rust off, Derek Carr. And hopefully this isn't the Carr that we're stuck with. The car's been dinged up. You'd like to think that it can get back on the road and run like it did.
That's right.
You got a new coach in your ear. He's motivating you. But, week 1, this is where we're at. This is Derek Carr against a great defense. What's disturbing is you're at home.
That's right.
You're not in the elements. You're on primetime football. You've risen to the occasion on primetime many times. This is probably the flattest we've seen Carr in primetime.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you on that, man.
So, bottom line is you got 2 excellent corners over there. You got Talib, you got Peters, and for the most part, they held our guys in check. I know you're thinking, Kenny, he's polishing these guys' nuts.
look, it's the Rams. There's a reason why we spent the entire offseason talking about this matchup.
It's true.
There's a reason why I had this marked down as an L to begin with.
Yeah.
I'm not panicking. Am I disappointed? Yeah. I would have liked to be wrong and come out of there with the win. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Every time, it's a couple hours to game time, I feel super confident no matter who it is. I get excited.
There you go.
But it played out pretty much the way I thought it would. The final score again, the 33 points. Take that pick six away. It's a little bit closer. It's not a blowout. It's still the Rams beat us, dog.
Yeah.
We don't show up in the second half.
That's it.
That first half, I think you had like 11 penalties total, 155 yards, but 10 of those in the first half.
That's right.
So I'm guesstimating about 145 yards of penalties in the first half. That's 1.5 football fields. That's a touchdown and a field goal right there.
Yep.
That puts you right back in this game.
That's true.
And you convert some of those 3-pointers. We didn't go see a Warriors game now. We weren't over at Oracle.
Splash.
Oracle. So, you turn those into touchdowns, and this is a whole different game. And, of course, I'm just playing with numbers that really aren't there. But, for the Raiders to come out and at least compete for a half and for the rest of this team to compete for fourth quarters, minus Derek Carr, I was pretty damn impressed, man. I think there's some good takeaways from this. Am I crazy, Che?
No,
I'm doing a lot of talking over here.
No, not at all, bro. There's a lot of takeaways that the Raider Nation should be happy with.
Mm-hmm.
But, as we saw on the, inside the stadium, people leaving early, people mimic, they're just still on that home Mac stuff, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fact.
That's true.
I mean, there's no other way to put it. Everybody's still on that Mac.
Hangover.
Kenny and I,
the aftermath.
when we started seeing people leaving, we're like, well, if you ain't gonna sit in your seat, then fuck you. We're gonna take your seat.
Yeah, we moved down.
We moved down into about the third row. We were down there, and even the people that were in front of us in the second row, we're still talking about that, man.
Yeah.
So everybody is still talking about the Mac stuff. You know what, man? We've heard it. We've been there. We know. All right? We're not trying to act brand new either, right? Yeah. We're with you. We know the pain. We felt it. But he ain't here no more.
No.
So if you're going to live the rest of your life talking about Mac and what could have been and what we should have done, then, you're going to have a real fucking horrible season. Let me just say that. You're gonna have a real horrible season because Mac's not going to show up tomorrow. He's not going to show up the day after that. He's not going to show up the next week or any other week. He's a bear now. He's a fucking bear now.
So, because you're talking about Mac, and I don't want to keep talking about Mac. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
I know.
But because you're talking about it, let's look at the pass rush statistics, right? In tonight's game, the Raiders 1 sack. Bruce Irvin gets 1 sack.
Yeah.
The Rams, 1 sack.
1 sack.
Brockers got 1 sack. I don't have the hurries right here. I don't have the rushes.
And PFF will hook us up with that at some point.
They'll get us that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll definitely get us that. But I'm not looking at it right now. Of course, these box scores are still populating and whatnot.
That's right.
And we'll get all the in-depth analysis probably to you on the next episode. We're going to do our best. I'll be in Denver for the next episode.
You will.
We're going to be calling in. It's going to be Chase Corner.
That's right.
I got to get all that ironed out. I got some more technical work to do.
Chase Corner.
So what were some of your other takeaways, man? What would you have done differently in this game?
I mean, it goes with the obvious, right? We fell short definitely offensively in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
We needed to do something differently, man. We just did not adjust. That's what I feel. We did not adjust accordingly. The LA Rams did. In the first half, we looked good. We looked like we were on par. We looked like we were competitors. We were at the same level as the Rams, which most motherfuckers didn't think we were. Going into that game, there wasn't a whole lot of us or anybody else thinking that we were on the same level as the Rams. But we were right there, right with them. As a matter of fact, went into the half with the lead. But we did not come out with that determination to say, we're going to win this game. And Carr, we're going to put that on your shoulders, bro, because you know what? You're the only leader that's left.
Yeah.
Okay? You're the leader. You're the leader, and you got to make those plays happen. And we're not going to give you any excuses for the picks and the turnovers that you had in the second half. I'm sorry. That's not going to happen. We're going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
We're going to hold you accountable.
Todd Downing's not here no more.
No more.
Mike Tice ain't here no more.
That's right. So what's your excuse now, bro? Okay? You're healthy. We expect you to play to that 2016 level or better. You should be better because you're supposed to be improving every single year. Last year, we tried to give you a pass because you got injured, you had the back injury and all that stuff, but that's not the case now. So what's your excuse now?
You got to get it together fast, man. You're on the road next week. You're in Elements. You're in Mile High, right? You're a mile up, 5,280 feet, and you can't be sitting there on the sideline looking like a deer in a headlight again.
It's true.
I'm with the rest of Raider Nation on this now. In just this one game, without any fallback excuses, I'm tired of seeing this shit.
Yeah.
I really am.
I'm with you too, man.
Derek Carr, I ride with Derek Carr, and I believe in him, and I think the rest of Raider Nation does too. But, man, sack up. Where is Derek Carr right now?
Yeah.
Dude, where's my car?
Yeah.
Should be the name of this episode.
That's the fucking truth. Hey, that's what the episode name is going to be. We're just letting you know ahead of time right now.
But, so we're out of excuses, and to be quite frank, we're running out of time on Derek Carr.
This is true.
All the pieces are in place. You got yourself a tremendous possession receiver, locker room mentor, and Jordy Nelson. You got your line, which for the most part looks like it's going to work out. I haven't gotten to look closely at what the tackles did tonight, but, Colton Miller getting a lot of that laundry in the first half is on Miller. But aside from that, they kept my boy clean tonight for the most part. There was that, early sack going to happen, but, everything's there.
Yeah.
All the pieces are set. You got Amari rejuvenated. He's actually talking now on the microphone. I think I saw him smile a couple of weeks ago. The pieces are in place. Let's look at the rushing stats, okay? So Gurley ended up with his 108 yards on 20 attempts.
Yeah.
All right, he ended up getting his in the very end. He had
a lot of second half.
A lot of second half. We held him in check.
Yeah.
We held him in check. But here it is again, and I said this last season because I was defending the defense, and I'm going to continue to defend the defense. But when your offense is going 3 and out in the second half,
it's true.
Your defense gets sapped, bro.
Yeah, man.
Tired.
What do you expect? What do you expect?
So the levee broke. But Raiders rushing, I mean, look at it. Marshawn Lynch, 11 attempts for 41 yards. That's 4 yards per carry right there.
Yep.
A little bit under. Jalen Richard, 5 attempts, 24 yards. That's nearly 5 yards a carry. Doug Martin, 4 attempts for 20 yards. That's 5 yards a carry. I mean, that's what you want from your running back core,
right.
no?
That's right.
And had we had the lead, those numbers would have been inflated. I got no problem running the ball down a team's throat, but you got to convert on third down.
That's right.
And once again, we're right back to Derek Carr, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Jared Cook, 9 receptions for 180 yards, beasting.
That's right.
Jalen Richard was exactly the piece everybody thought he was going to be. And we like that, man, right? He fits right in as a receiving running back. We like that. He's our Darren Sproles type dude.
That's and you want that. You want to have both, man. You don't want to just have the power back in Marshawn that is beasting through yards. You want to get the finesse guy. You want the guy with the speed, the guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield that's going to stretch the field for you. Also, we saw our running backs spread out as receivers a lot this night, but there wasn't a whole lot that came out of it, and that's the disappointing part of it. That's the disappointing part. If you're gonna spread them out, then there better be something special that happens with those plays. All those plays where the running back was spread out, I didn't see shit come out of it. So let's make something happen with that, or else why are you doing it?
So what I want to see, let's talk about what we want to see going forward into the next game. And if you got anything else, cool. If not, we could wrap this puppy up because there's not much else to say and it's late.
It's true.
What I want to see going forward in the next game is, I get John Gruden runs a rhythm offense, but I think John would like to, Derek, sometimes you need to step up into that pocket and show some poise and let these plays develop and look downfield.
Yeah.
At no point tonight did it look like he was looking downfield. And the longer he held the ball, the more panicked he looked. I want to see that poise. Step up into the pocket. Survey the field.
Definitely.
I know some of these checkdowns, they are designed, and I get that. And I'm okay with a lot of that, really. You know, that was our bread and butter for years under John Gruden. I'm okay with that. When you execute it, that works. I don't get mad about that. I'm not such an Al Davis diehard where I feel like we need to throw up the bomb every single play. But I want to see him step up in the pocket, especially on third down, and make that decision. And when you can't, tuck in and run. He did that one time tonight. I like that. That was a good look.
Yeah.
But that's what I want to see. Just more poise out of my quarterback.
I agree. I can't disagree with that. I want to see more poise out of Derek Carr. The bottom line is our offense is going to ride with him. It's going to die with him also. If he doesn't make the right decisions, if he's too hurried, or he's too panicked, he's too worried about what's going to happen, if he can't step up into that pocket, like you say, this offense ain't going to do what we want it to do, man. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. So I hope that this gets corrected, Derek Carr, because we're riding with you, man. We've been riding with you. This isn't something new. This ain't like a new day. We just decided, hey, you know what? We're on your boat. We've been on your boat. But you're making it real difficult to stay on it.
And you know how I know he's not going through his progressions? Jared Cook, 9 receptions. Jalen Richard, 9 receptions. And then the drop-off. Jordy Nelson, 3 receptions for 23 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And his longest was a 17-yarder.
Yeah.
So the rest was just scrap. You got Derek Carrier, 2 receptions for 20 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good for you. That's a nice steady clip right there. And then Seth Roberts, 1 reception for 11 yards. Hey, Seth did not drop a ball tonight. I just want to tell you that.
He didn't.
And Amari Cooper, 1 reception, 9 yards.
Yep.
Do you think John Gruden dialed it up like this?
No.
Nope.
Not at all.
So before you guys go blaming John Gruden, like you want to blame, you wanted John Gruden back in Oakland, and now you want to blame him for every fucking thing that's been going wrong?
Yeah.
Make up your damn mind. I'm sick and tired of this fleety-natured Raider fan of 2018. Y'all acting like a bunch of millennials. I'm sick of it, man.
Yeah,
and I don't want to go back in it because I ranted last week. I let him have it last week.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
but I'm tired of this shit, man. You wanted Chucky back. I told you he wasn't coming back.
Right.
And now I'm the only one defending him. Me and you, Cain. What's going on, bro?
Hey. And Cain, you would have thought Cain wouldn't be defending him, right? Because Cain's had some hot takes.
To be fair, we haven't talked to Cain since the game broke.
That's true. That's true. But what I'm saying is if you heard of past episodes, Cain's a guy with the hot takes. He's usually not the guy that's going to agree with everything else that everybody else is saying.
Yeah.
So you know when you hear all of us on the same page, then you can't question. I mean, you can question. You can question whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to listen to us. But when we look at it from the perspective of a fan, but we also look at it from perspective of, you know, what's really going down. We really try to analyze as best as possible because we're trying to give you the best content that we can.
Yep.
And when we look at it, we're not trying to be some, fanboys of Gruden or anybody else for that matter. Mm-hmm. We want this team to succeed. And I don't care if it's Derek Carr, if it's John Gruden, if it's anybody else on this team that's making us fail or succeed. I'm just gonna look for that. I'm gonna look for somebody to succeed to help us win games. And if you're not doing that, if you're part of the fault while we're losing games, I'm gonna call you out. We're all gonna call you out.
Let's keep it real.
That's the real. That's the real. So when we're talking about it, it's because we see the positives in the game that Gruden's bringing to the team, man.
Yeah.
And I really believe that he's bringing what we need, but something's not happening.
Yeah.
And we got to go to the next person up, and that's Carr.
Yeah.
It's Carr, man.
And shout out to my boy Tyre Whitehead. I told you he was my favorite free agency signing this offseason. Led the team in tackles tonight with 6 tackles.
Hey, he played his ass off, man. The defense played good. Don't get it twisted, nation. Defense played good. But you put those motherfuckers out there too long.
There's only so much they could do.
That's right.
No Carl Joseph tonight. I didn't really see much of KJ at all.
Yeah, we saw our good old friend Nelson out there a lot in the second half, especially.
Yeah, there was a lot of movement on the depth chart the last few weeks at the safety position, and what we ended up with was, I believe it was Gilchrist or Gilchrist and Reggie Nelson out there.
Right. That's right.
Nelson did okay, but he did get burnt again. And, we'll see how that's going to be a developing situation. Don't be surprised to see Eric Harris out there sometime soon. That's going to continue to fluctuate, I think, week to week right now until they get it dialed in. And my boy Rashawn Melvin disappointing me. I have bigger expectations for Melvin. He was my other favorite signing. I thought low-key he was going to really shut it down over there. Conley had a nice game.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
So.
You know what, though? Back to Melvin, though. He had some good plays. Consistency is what we're looking for, right?
That's it.
We're hoping that those corners will shut things down, man. Because if they do, it's going to give that young line some time to get things done. And that's what we want. That's going to equal sacks. That's going to equal pressures. It's going to equal turnovers, man. So I hope you're listening because I want you guys to succeed. We all want you to succeed. We don't want to get on air and talk crap about you guys.
Yeah.
But you left some on the table.
Sure did.
So come pick it up.
You know who didn't leave anything on the table? Us.
That's right.
We pretty much put it all out
there. Damn thing on the table.
But it's cool, man. We got to see some good faces. We're gonna do some shout outs, but before we get into our shout outs here, shout out to everyone that did come by. I mentioned Murph was there, but our man Bobby Wasabi. I gotta say what's up to Bobby.
Yeah, we gotta do that, man.
Because Bobby came through. Bobby's cool people, man. I didn't know Bobby, you were from the Bay Area. Bobby's been chatting with us on YouTube.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna try to get a hold of you. I don't know. I don't use YouTube to message folks or whatnot, but I'm gonna find you on there and we'll connect and make sure you get taken care of and all that. And, of course, all the Pillagers that were out there, man. We had X-Rated out there. Again, man. Dutch was out there.
Yep.
Big Ted was out there.
In one word, Raider.
In one word, Raider. Tahoe Raider was out there. 303 Raider was supposed to be out there. Did not see him.
We did not see 303, but he was there last time.
I didn't get a text from him. And then, obviously, Hawaiian Raider out there. And Jason, I believe, is his cousin.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah.
And who am I missing, man? I said Dutch. Yeah,
Dutch
obviously.
was out there. Obviously, us, Cain, man, was out there. But,
yeah.
There was just a lot of people that came through the tailgate.
And shout out to Dapper Dan, man.
Dapper Dan, bro.
I knew Dan was out there. I wasn't sure if he was going to get out of the RV section or not. And I looked up, and there he was. That was hella cool, man.
That was dope.
Shout out to you, Dan. I'll be seeing you.
With that 70s.
The 77
that
Winnebago.
77 Winnebago.
Yeah. But it was kind of a blur today, man. It was a long day. We had a lot of things go right and go wrong for us at the beginning, but it all worked out. I'm going to put it out there, and I say things on the show a lot. I want to pick on you guys a little bit. If I tell you there's not going to be a show next week, and I tell you multiple times, and then you're hitting me up on social media, how come there's no show this week? I wonder, it's kind of a catch-22 because I'm like, do you not listen to the show? Wait a minute. If you didn't listen to the show, why would you be concerned about there not being a show? So I know you listen to the show. So write this down. Write this down right now, what I'm about to tell you. Because it gets crazy busy, right?
It does.
It does. You and I both had our hands full. We were delegating. Everybody was on task. We had food cooking. We had tables to set up. I had the laptop and everything to get situated, mic levels to adjust. I mean, it's a job. We're out there working. We're having a good time, but we're working.
Working hard, man.
And I don't have time. I finally got a chance to sit down and look at my phone. I had like 23 messages scattered across all different accounts. Folks wanted to know where we're at. So that's on us. That's our bad. We had a miscommunication before the game with Cain. It was just it was crazy. It was a lot of moving pieces. We'll do a better job coordinating. But bottom line is we ended up getting in late. We were there early. We were ready to go. We were towards the front of the line, and then we ended up getting in late. And we didn't get the spot we wanted. That's the spot that I showed you guys we were going to be at. That's all me.
That's the spot we expected to have.
Shout out to everybody that found us. But I think safe to say we will be in row 4.
Yeah.
Whether we're at the end of row 4 or not, just look in row 4 from now on.
A-lot row 4.
A-lot row 4.
That's
so
right.
Please, I know you listen to this. I'm saying this now. September 30th, y'all going to be hitting me up. Kenny, yo, where you guys at? Wearing A-lot.
Row 4.
Row 4.
That's right. Come find us, y'all.
4. 4. That's
right.
Yeah. That's what we're going to be at. But But yeah, man, I feel like there's somebody that we're missing that came through, and
I mean, there was a lot of people, man. So
yeah, it was.
We probably are missing, but it isn't because it isn't because we don't care about you, bro.
And
we appreciate all of y'all.
I apologize if the levels ain't all that for that first half of the show, but that's part of it, man. We were just out there. It was raw.
It's the real deal.
Try recording a podcast in the middle of a parking lot and get back to me. But no, we appreciate it. It's a work in progress. We're going to continue to dial this in and try to perfect the art of doing this remote. Definitely. And we'll see what happens when the team leaves, man, because I still want to do it. I think it's fun. We may have to show up at some of these rallies and stuff like that. So
whatever we got to do to keep this thing going, we're going to do it, man.
And thanks for the calls, man. To be honest, the calls are in here. Obviously, you've gotten this far through the show. You've already heard them. We haven't even heard them yet. We're going to go back and listen to them in full. We got some glimpses. I know JFB's trying to spit some fire.
Yeah.
He's trying to let you
always,
know.
Always.
So we appreciate that. But it is late, so we want to get off of here. We just wanted to kind of put a bow on this one. Just to kind of sum it up for you guys, don't panic, Raider Nation. This is the LA Rams. This was a big game. They are a better opponent. This is a team that was in the playoffs last year. They were ready to play this week. They have a lot of new pieces too, but a lot of veteran pieces. A
lot of big name pieces.
Our whole everything is brand new. Okay, yeah. Even the carpet's brand new. Okay, So just let it settle in. Let's see what happens week 2. I'm not going to panic just yet. I feel like we said this 14 weeks in a row last year, though.
Yeah.
So I'm calling myself out. I know some of you say, Ken, you said that last year, bro. And look what happened, bro. And
hey, Jack Del Rio's not around no more.
Jack Del Rio's not walking through that door.
He's not.
Book it.
And neither is Ken Norton. He's coaching Seattle, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So have a little faith in us. If we get this wrong, we're going to own up to it. Trust us.
Let's do our shout-outs, yeah?
Yeah.
Shout out to Katie Walter. Shout out AG2979. He sounds like an Imperial Stormtrooper or something. Shout out to Still a Motherfucking Raider. That's still an MF Raider. Hood Billy Rolla. Silver and Black 01. Bearded Raider 89. Rich Ramos. Raider Baby Girl 77. OG King James, Travis Gordon, 707, HG Mav, 1 Lalo, Sammy Ramo, Omar Mendez, 94, El Cachanilla, Raider Kelly, Autumn Wind, Pirates Booster Club, Eric Juratic, El Jefe Chef, Myronius 1, Resonated 1, Dizzle Kinda, I don't know, Raider Mo SJ, Joe Daddy 3031, Irish Raider 82, Quiet Storm CP, Joe Snydoff, Tito 509, Pain Train 0811, Bigum 357, Haha, Jokes on Me. Maybe he's related to Haha Clinton Dix. I don't know. There's a first name. Could be I don't know. Work with me. Big shout out to Silver and Black 75. Shout out to Al Davis Way, which is actually going to be the name of the street that the Coliseum's on.
That's right.
Silver and Black JP, J Raider 56, Raider Nation Boston. What's up? What's good with you? Callie Georgie, Gretz Effects, George Blanco, Michaels AGZ. Shout out to Kevin Wynn. Just win, baby. Iceberg 316, David J 87, Raider Ray 4879, Mr. Charles 23, Gino G81, Berto Muniz. It doesn't have the tilde above the end.
Hey, but maybe you just didn't know what
Twitter don't have that font, huh?
Twitter don't have that
font. Twitter, get your shit together, bro. That's
shit
racist.
Together.
That's racist.
But that's Spanish font.
Shout out, big love out to Nick Black. Shout out to Deadpool Raider, Chet Lowry, E Fish 27, G Mick B, The Darkest Monk, Caravan, Butts. That's right. I said butts. Husker fan Michael, Justin Roy Jennis, Intelligent Being, Raider Guy, Rogue Star Boy 69, Rebecca Grants, Anthony Juarez, and Raiders Man. Special shout out to Angel Rodriguez doing work on our digital street team.
That's our boy.
Like a soldier. Also on that team is Kevlar Prom Dress.
There you go.
Probably one of the dopest social media handles I've ever seen. Kevlar Prom Dress, also known as Heidi. She's been holding it down for us on Facebook. So if you're connecting with us on Facebook, that's your girl Heidi. If you want to talk to one of us, you need to get a hold of one of us and actually get through to us. Just let Heidi know and she'll let me know. I just don't check Facebook a whole lot. Neither do you, Che.
It's tough, man. It's tough. It's rough.
And special thanks to Scott Bair for coming on the show. And thank you to everybody that came by the tailgate today. One love, one nation.
Hell yeah.
Che, you got some shout-outs, I understand.
Oh, man, I got a long list, man. So bear with me here.
Bear down.
Because all of a sudden, everybody wanted to jump on IG and follow us, man. So here we go. It's a long list. And if I miss some of y'all, I apologize. But I did what I could. Shout out Anthony L. Paredes, 78 Gmail. All right, I guess that's his Gmails. They sent him some emails, bro. Captain Jack Rackham, Raider Reaction 81, Hierographics. You got some good shit out, though. Yo, that Ice Cube T-shirt, that was dope. That was dope. Hierographics.
That's fly.
I hope we could get one of those. Kendra 12, Blitzed NFL, Mandy 8153, Godzilla 25. The Black Hole Fans, Raider Nation Rochester, Raider Nation 909, Cesarin.
All right.
661, Christian Marcos 415, Sol.
All right. Okay.
Salsol. The Raider Nation, Ricavelli. My bad. Ricavelli.
Put some respect on that man's name.
Put some respect on Ricavelli. NYC Black Hole, Mr. Raider Nation, Smiley Moncada. There you go. Raider Poca Sangre. That's a little bit of blood, bro. All right.
Un poco.
Poquito. Lunatic Laughs 310. Raider Juby. P-Town Raider Montes. Raider Spectre. Raiders for Life, Upsman 2, The Mad Bomber, Ochos. Oh, man. Wait. Let's try this again. Ocho Socrates.
Ocho Socrates?
Apparently, man, he's
8 philosophers rolled into one. That's some heavy shit, bro.
That's what it is. Ocho Socrates. Hey. I don't know where you came up with that name, man. That's a good one. It stumped me. DC4L Custom Tees.
Yeah, that's our boy.
Yeah, it's our boy. Mr. and Mrs. Raider. Dre 3862004. Moni Ayala.
All right.
Let me go back. Moni Ayala 15. My bad. Nivea Mond 66. Pamela RNWC Cruisers. And you know what, Cruisers? You have a weird picture on your IG that shows a little bit of Niner, and I think a lot of us are looking at you and saying, "Are you a Niner fan, bro?" But you have some going on there. You're clowning them. So maybe just switch the picture and post that. Maybe just post that, because it's like choke. It's like a Coke sign, but it's choke sign, and it has a Niners, but it's attached to it.
It's flashing too much red.
Yeah. You have too much red in the profile, bro. Get that out of here. That guy Alex 45. Shout out to Raider Jody. Shout out to Rick Martindale 543. Frank, not Drake. Phantom. Raiders. Fuck the rest. Irapuato, wait. Irapuato, Mexico. Okay. Interfector Sordium. That's interesting. You guys got some interesting names today. Raider Nation Big Mike. Tis but a flesh wound. The Black Hole Seattle. Art Polo. Cali Lobo 10. Shout out M. Sean Garrett. Shout out Snapback Elite. Shout out Mendoza, Zapian. I'll give you that one. Raiders family. This one's just confusing.
Land the plane.
Agri Jalva and Sagun Leticia. That's my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Sagun Leticia and AZ Raider fan and Cole 1-1.
There's a lot of numbers and code. There might be the Da Vinci Code somewhere in these shout-outs.
Hey, I got through it.
You did. That was a hell
First
of a
time
list.
I read those bitches.
That was a hell of a list. That was a hell of a list.
Bear with me, people.
We noticed, Mayweather. Shout-outs brought to you by Money Mayweather.
Hey.
That was a rough one. You had some tough ones in there, man. There's some tough ones in there, bro.
Don't you go there, man. Don't you go 50 Cent on me right now,
That's
bro.
some tough ones, bro. That's some tough ones. We're not calling Russian hockey anytime soon, so you're good. You're good. I don't think it's gonna get any tougher than that for you.
There was a long ass list.
There were some funky names in there, bro.
And it's late.
Yeah.
It's late.
It's hella
bro.
late. It's
okay.
late.
But I did what I could, and if I didn't say it right, sue me.
And let's say shout out to Creative Media Monterey, to Steve and Tony out there.
Always.
They got the shirts online. So if you've missed us on social media in the last couple days and you've been wanting to get the new design shirt or the old design shirt, they're both up there. They're both available. Orders are coming in hot. The thing shirts have been up for about 72 hours now. We got about 50 plus orders in. So they're selling like hotcakes. Make sure you call in. Make sure you call in. Make sure you go to creativemediamonterey.com.
Don't call us.
Don't call us. Or you can go to pj4f.com and you can click on the shop link there, and that'll take you to their page. Just click through there. You can order your shirts through there. If you have a special order, you need a size that's not listed or something, just use the contact form on their site and they will hook you up. They will get you your size.
Yeah.
Just the most common sizes listed. So if you use a big boy, you need some big boy sizes, or maybe you're a little boy and you need a little boy size and it's not listed, do that. And I do believe they have they're offering that in a female tee also. So
all right.
Yeah, make sure you order some, man. Hook those guys up. They're getting a big chunk of those proceeds, and they're our friends of mine, and they're a local business, so we try to keep everything real local, and we got some more t-shirt designs coming to you soon, eventually.
Yeah.
So just hang in there, but please help us. Everything really helps support us. Everything that we did today as far as the tailgate goes was on the strength of all of our fans, all the Pillagers.
It was on the strength of the Pillagers. That's right.
All the donations, all the t-shirt sales, all those things went into everything that you saw, all the gear that we used out there, everything, the microphone, the cables, the freaking tables, bro, the banners, the tablecloths, all that stuff. You guys made that possible. I dipped into my funds a little bit to make some things happen too, but a lot of that's really on the strength of you guys, and we really appreciate it. And if you want to donate to the show, you can go to our Twitter. It's on our Twitter profile. I haven't gotten it on our Facebook yet. You can also go to pj4f.com and click the donate button, or you can also, if you're on our YouTube, right on our YouTube banner or in the description of the show, you can donate. So you can just click through, use the PayPal, and donate to the show. We appreciate it. You can even set up a subscription if you feel so generous. You want to give us $1 every month, $5 a month. We love that too. That's great. It helps pay for our hosting fees and all that. But I say all that to say this. That's it for this week's show. Tune in every week where podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air. 408-909-PJFF. Phone lines are always open. Download the official Pillaging app, available for iOS, and keep your eyes open. Stay tuned, because next week we will be giving away copies of Michael Lombardi's new book, Gridiron Genius.
Oh, yeah.
We'll also have Michael Lombardi on the show as we pick his brain about some of the stories that are written within the book and things that are going around the league today.
That's right.
Keep the wind in your sails and a rum in your mug, and pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a production of the Raiders Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always by your boy Chip. We out here. Peace. Go Raiders.
Just when they
like a freight train coming, you're blowing the town like a diesel